Born Before 64 is a TV show that asks the vital question, what will we do for the rest of our lives? Kathryn Raaker hosts a show for baby boomers and above, inviting real people to tell real stories about overcoming issues, about facing with courage and triumph the significant obstacles many of us face every day. So let's join Kathryn Raaker for Born Before 64.
Hi, this is Kathryn Raaker, and I'm in Middletown, Ohio with the wildest racer that I know, and that's Alan Schwarzwalder. And I want to introduce you, Alan, who's been my friend, got me involved in racing, and you invited me to do our show in this gorgeous, what, Alan?
Well, this is an AC Cobra. This is a classic car built by Carroll Shelby in the 60s, and this car is one of the iconic cars in the motorsports history. We're in this car, 1966, and we're in this car because we were supposed to do this show live from Wilmington, Ohio for the Ohio Mile Land Speed Racing this weekend, and it rained this morning, and so we're out of the race. We've shut the race down till tomorrow morning, and we're going to do the show inside today from Opie Willis's Horsepower Farm in Middletown, Ohio. And I'm really tickled to be here.
Well, you know, Al, I've never been in this world before of custom cars, except for Donna Anderson when we did stuff with her with Soft Seal. Tell me a little bit about this gorgeous place. We're looking, the camera is looking at some of the beautiful custom cars that Opie has. And he does a beautiful foundation for Wounded Warriors.
Yes.
Am I correct? And
Yes.
a little later
Yes.
in the show, we're going to meet Opie and see, you know, where his heart is. Really,
His heart is with Wounded Warriors, and especially I'm surprised that he concentrates on the local chapter right here where he lives. So every car show, every outing that he has here at Horsepower Farm, there are donation buckets around the farm for donations to the local Wounded Warriors. And I've been here after the breakfast in the morning, and he has collected thousands and thousands of dollars for the local Wounded Warriors.
I have an idea for you. Why don't we invite him to the Pro Group? And all the different companies that are part of the Pro Group could give him a donation. What do you think of that?
That'd be great. That's a great idea.
Isn't that a great idea?
That's a great idea.
And then Sue Slusher, who's part of our Pro Group, does a thing at the end of May, am I correct?
Yes.
For Wounded Warriors.
For Memorial Day weekend.
Memorial Day, actually. And maybe we could invite him to come to that as well.
That'd be a great idea, because we want to get more people of age involved, because the program is Born Before 64. And
right.
I was born quite a bit before 64.
You were?
And yes, my first.
You're older than me, that's right.
And actually, my first land speed racing record was set on my 70th birthday. So.
And how old am I today?
If I knew, I wouldn't say on worldwide television. The last
How old
thing.
are you, Alan?
I'm going to be, I think, about 74.
74?
Yeah.
You're a lot older than me then.
I think I'm going to be
right?
74.
You
yeah.
think you're going to be 74?
I don't feel
You know,
it.
these years are the most precious years that you can have, aren't they? And that's why I think it's important for us to work until the end. What do you think?
Exactly.
But what
I feel I'm living my life in reverse.
Right.
I have been racing since I was 15 years old. I started out drag racing. It wasn't a quarter of a mile wasn't enough racing for me.
Right.
The Vietnam War broke out. I volunteered for the Navy. When I got out of the Navy, I wanted to race at Indianapolis. My dream was to race at Indianapolis.
You didn't tell me that.
And so the Indianapolis guys went to the Formula V road race cars, and that's where I went. I raced with the Andrettis and the Unsers, and I had some friends that I drag raced with after 4 or 5 years of formula racing that talked me into driving stock cars, and that was a terrible mistake.
Why?
Because they were really good engine builders, but they really didn't know how to make the car handle. So I drove for 4 or 5 years in pretty dangerous stock cars. I had a lot of bad crashes, and that really.
Did?
Yeah, oh yeah. A lot
So
of bad
when
crashes.
I met you, you were just starting.
We were just
the
getting
thinking
back
into
yeah.
it.
But we bought a farm. My wife and I bought a farm, and I also worked. So I farmed from midnight till morning, and I worked during the day, and that was a big haul for years. And I decided I missed the racing business, so I went back to Daytona, and I took you with me.
Oh, I'll never forget that.
And
You introduced me to
Bill
some of the
Kill-
coolest
Yes.
race car drivers I've ever met in my life. But you know, the one that I will never forget was going to Indianapolis to meet the broadcaster that said,
ladies and gentlemen,
start your engines, right?
Who coined it, and that was really for me. Taking you there introduced me back into the racing business, and I realized that all the people were still the same. We're all the same person. We're sitting in Opie's garage. We're all race car people.
Right.
We all love cars some way or another, and we all love speed, and we love the smell of the car. We love the noise of the car. Most of us are deaf because we've been racing most of our lives.
That's right.
And today we were supposed to be live from Wilmington Airport because the land speed racing is so unique. These are all old racers that drag raced or sports car raced or stock car raced or motorcycle
racing.
Excellent point. And they still have the need for speed, but they don't want to crash and burn anymore, which happens to a lot of us. They want to be able to take their nice cars and race them legally and get awards for it, and that's enough. When you get into money and you get into sponsorship, you ruin the sport for most people.
That's true.
Because it becomes so expensive. So
I'll never forget this. I'll never forget going to the first racetrack that you took me to, and that was Kentucky Speedway. And I heard that they just redid or resurfacing the whole
just now.
Right now.
Yeah, it should change it a lot.
It'll change it a lot. They say it's going to be even faster, right?
And you'll remember I told you that because it was the original surface, that it was probably one of the most dangerous racetracks in the country.
It's going to even be more dangerous.
Now it'll be faster, but it'll probably safer.
Safer?
Because it's less bumpy.
Really?
The bumps are when the car gets light, that's when you lose traction. So
right.
It'll be smooth. It'll probably be fast. Hopefully they'll get Indianapolis cars back.
Right.
And this form of racing is racers have a common language around the world. You could drop us into Pocatello, Idaho, or Stuttgart, Germany, and we'd find somebody that liked to go fast, and we'd be this quick into their club.
Really?
Absolutely.
But you know, it's really amazing to meet the racers, to understand the family structure there is there, to understand that they even have a religious atmosphere to it.
Oh yeah, racing for Christ. Racers
And I'll
for
never
Christ.
forget the sponsor. Pork is the white meat.
Pork, the other white
Right,
meat.
the other white meat.
You know, I still have people ask me. I wore one of the shirts at a racetrack the other day, and I met a person that didn't know anything about racing.
Right.
And they said to me, "You race pigs?" I thought that was pretty cute.
I think that was too. But I just got a new author that just sent me all of his books, and I'm definitely giving you one that you'll love because it's all about pigs.
Well, I'm tickled to be able to be on the show and to tell people that are, let's say, seniors, that they're
Seniors, we don't use that. Mature adults.
mature adults that at 73 or 4, whatever age.
It's the best part of your life. Do you know that it's
this
the
is
50s?
I am having more success in
More
driving
fun.
race cars and more fun and meeting more people involved in racing than I ever have in my whole life. These people have invited me into their racing group, and it's changed my life.
And you know what? We need to take a short break, and we'll be right back on Born B464 with Alan Schwarzwalder, Mr. Racer, right after these messages.